Blake Lively makes a strong case that she was sexually harassed by Justin Baldoni, and those actions including things like talking about pornography, describing his genitalia, improvising kissing.
Blake Lively's former assistant director just revealed what really happened behind closed doors on set, and it's nothing like the friendly face Blake shows to the public. Barbara Seaman claims Lively was so cruel that she would leave work in tears night after night, forcing her to eventually quit her position entirely. The timing couldn't be worse for Blake, who's currently locked in a $400 million legal war with Justin Baldoni over similar allegations of toxic behavior. Is this just coincidence? Or are we witnessing the unraveling of one of Hollywood's most beloved facades? The secret recordings and text messages we're about to show you might change everything you thought you knew. Barbara Seaman just blew the lid off Blake Lively's pristine public persona, and Hollywood insiders are stunned. As a respected assistant director on the set of A Simple Favor, Seaman worked closely with Lively during the film's production, witnessing the star's behavior when cameras weren't rolling. Her bombshell accusations arrived unexpectedly on Henry Golding's Instagram post, catching fans and industry professionals completely off guard. The timing couldn't be more devastating for Lively. Just as she's battling Justin Baldoni in a high-profile legal showdown, Seaman stepped forward with allegations that paint a troubling picture of the actress behind closed doors. What makes these accusations particularly shocking is the stark contrast they present to Lively's carefully cultivated image as one of Hollywood's most beloved personalities. Seaman didn't hold back in her emotional account, revealing the toll Lively's alleged behavior took on her mental health. "I know I cried my way home many nights because you try so hard to please someone who is never pleased and puts you down constantly," Seaman shared, her words cutting through the glossy veneer of celebrity perfection. This raw confession offers a glimpse into what appears to be a toxic work environment where meeting Lively's expectations seemed impossible. What's particularly telling is how Seaman characterized the pattern of behavior. She didn't describe a one-off bad day or isolated incident. Rather, she painted a picture of consistent criticism and emotional manipulation that drove her to tears many nights. The specific mention of trying to please someone who is never pleased suggests a working relationship marked by perpetual disappointment and criticism, regardless of effort expended. After her comments went viral, Seaman expressed some regret about the public nature of her revelation, writing on Facebook, "Last time I leave a comment on an Instagram post." This suggests she may not have anticipated the media firestorm her words would ignite. When a friend expressed surprise at her claims, noting they had heard from people that she, Lively, was so nice and lovely to work with, Seaman's response was equally revealing. "Maybe for them, not for me, lol." This exchange highlights something crucial about celebrity behavior. Different crew members may experience vastly different versions of the same person. While some might enjoy positive interactions with Lively, Seaman's experience apparently differed dramatically, raising questions about whether the star treats different team members differently based on their position or perceived importance. The industry is now watching closely to see if other crew members from A Simple Favor or Lively's other projects will corroborate Seaman's claims. So far, no additional staff have publicly backed these accusations, leaving Seaman's testimony standing alone, powerful but unconfirmed by others who worked alongside her. What makes Seaman's claims particularly credible is both her professional standing in the industry and the specific emotional details she provided. Assistant directors work intimately with actors day after day, witnessing their behavior in stressful situations when public facades often crack. The vivid description of crying on her way home suggests these weren't manufactured grievances, but genuine emotional responses to a difficult working relationship. However, without additional voices confirming similar experiences, the full picture remains incomplete. Was Seaman's experience unique, or do others share similar stories they're hesitant to tell? The silence from other crew members could indicate either fear of industry backlash or genuinely different experiences with the actress. Seaman's decision to speak out on Henry Golding's Instagram post rather than through traditional media channels adds another layer of authenticity to her claims. The spontaneous nature of the comment, seemingly triggered by seeing her former colleagues celebrated online, suggests an emotional reaction rather than a calculated publicity move. Yet the timing remains curious, coinciding with Lively's ongoing legal battle with Baldoni. The timing of Seaman's revelation couldn't be more explosive, dropping right into the epicenter of a Hollywood legal volcano that threatens to erupt with $400 million at stake. Behind the glossy promotional photos and red carpet smiles of "It ends with us" lies a battle so fierce it's making industry veterans question everything they thought they knew about both stars. Justin Baldoni has launched an all-out legal assault against Blake Lively, filing a mammoth defamation and extortion lawsuit seeking $400 $200 million in damages. His legal team isn't mincing words. They claim Lively orchestrated a calculated smear campaign that has decimated Baldoni's reputation and earning potential in an industry where image is everything. The lawsuit contends that Lively's accusations of sexual harassment have effectively torpedoed his career trajectory, making it nearly impossible for him to secure new projects or maintain existing partnerships. Not to be outdone, Lively fired back with her own blistering lawsuit, painting a disturbing picture of her time working with Baldoni. Her legal filings detail allegations that would make any HR department's blood run cold. Claims that Baldoni added sexually charged scenes beyond what was approved, awkwardly discussed his past struggles with porn addiction, walked in on her while she was breastfeeding, and even had the audacity to inquire about her weight. These allegations go far beyond creative differences, suggesting a systematic pattern of boundary violations and harassment. But just as the court of public opinion began swinging toward Lively, leaked behind-the-scenes footage hit social media showing something surprisingly different. The video captures Lively and Baldoni embracing in what appears to be a friendly, comfortable hug, their body language showing none of the tension or discomfort you'd expect between an alleged harasser and his victim. Their interaction includes smiles, laughter, and what seems to be easy conversation, visual evidence that's raised serious questions about Lively's claims of feeling uncomfortable around Baldoni. Even more damaging to Lively's case is additional footage from the controversial rooftop scene, a key moment where she claims she felt harassed and uncomfortable. Yet the leaked video shows her laughing and appearing to enjoy herself during the very scene she later described as traumatic. This stark contradiction between her stated experience and what cameras captured has become a centerpiece of Baldoni's defense strategy. Enter Mia Schachter, an intimacy coordinator not involved with the production, but who has reviewed the leaked footage. Her professional assessment offers a lifeline to Lively's version of events, pointing out that Justin Baldoni was adding more intimacy to the scene than was originally planned or discussed. Schachter specifically highlighted his attempts to kiss Lively, which she appears to resist in the footage. "I think it was his responsibility to ask Blake, 'Hey, what do you think about kissing in this scene?'" Schachter noted, emphasizing the crucial absence of prior discussion. Lively's legal team has seized on Schachter's analysis, arguing the footage actually corroborates their client's claims rather than undermining them. They've meticulously detailed every concerning action: Baldoni leaning toward Lively, attempting to kiss her, touching her face and neck, and speaking to her out of character. Every moment of this was improvised by Mr. Baldoni with no discussion or consent in advance, and no intimacy coordinator present, their statement asserts, framing the video as evidence of boundary violations rather than proof of a comfortable working relationship. Meanwhile, Baldoni's team is expected to weaponize these same videos to demolish Lively's credibility. Their strategy appears to center on a simple but powerful question for the court: does this footage show a victim of harassment, or does it reveal someone comfortable and at ease with her co-star? The visual evidence creates reasonable doubt about the severity or existence of the hostile environment Lively has described. While cameras captured one reality between Lively and Baldoni, a bombshell dropped from someone nobody saw coming has turned this entire saga on its head. Former publicist Stephanie Jones stepped out of the shadows with accusations that could rewrite the narrative of Hollywood's most explosive feud. What if everything we've been witnessing wasn't just celebrity drama unfolding naturally, but rather a meticulously orchestrated character assassination? Stephanie Jones's emergence as a key player in this legal battle adds a shadowy new dimension to the already complex dispute. Though the exact nature of her relationship with Baldoni's PR team remains somewhat unclear, her involvement speaks to the behind-the-scenes machinery working overtime in this celebrity standoff. Jones has leveled explosive allegations that paint the negative press surrounding Lively not as organic media coverage, but as calculated strikes in a coordinated attack. The timing couldn't be more suspicious, leading up to the August release of It Ends With Us, a wave of unflattering interviews featuring Lively mysteriously resurfaced online. These digital ghosts from her past portrayed the actress in an unfavorable light, strategically undermining her public image just as tensions with Baldoni reached their peak. This pattern of negative content appearing at critical moments suggests something beyond coincidental media interest. Hollywood has long been the battlefield for carefully constructed public personas, but Jones's allegations take this to another level. If her claims prove true, we're looking at one of the most sophisticated PR hit jobs in recent memory, a campaign designed to systematically dismantle Lively's credibility through seemingly unrelated channels. The precision of these attacks raises serious questions about who might be pulling the strings behind the curtain. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, has forcefully pushed back against any suggestion of a coordinated smear campaign. He insists the negative press was entirely self-inflicted, the natural consequence of Lively's own actions and statements. This defense attempts to frame Jones's explosive allegations as desperate deflections rather than legitimate whistleblowing. What makes Jones's claims particularly compelling is how they potentially connect to Szeman's sudden decision to speak out years after her experience on a simple favor. The timing of these accusations, emerging just as the legal battle intensifies, creates a pattern that's difficult to dismiss as mere coincidence. Was Szeman's Instagram comment truly a spontaneous moment of candor, or was it part of a larger strategy to undermine Lively's position? The digital fingerprints of this alleged campaign extend across multiple platforms. Industry insiders have noted suspicious patterns in how negative stories about Lively were framed, with identical talking points appearing across different outlets within suspiciously narrow timeframes. This kind of media synchronicity rarely happens organically, suggesting coordinated efforts to shape the narrative. What's particularly troubling about these allegations is how they blur the line between truth and manipulation. If Jones's claims are accurate, even seemingly authentic moments of conflict may have been engineered for maximum damage. This raises profound questions about which aspects of this very public feud reflect reality versus careful calculation. The absence of direct public responses from Lively's team specifically addressing Jones's claims creates its own kind of tension. Their silence could indicate strategic patience, or perhaps an unwillingness to dignify allegations they view as part of the very smear campaign being described. The most pressing question remains: does Jones have concrete evidence to back her explosive claims? Without documentation, messages, or other tangible proof, her allegations risk being dismissed as hearsay in a case already drowning in contradictory narratives. The court of public opinion, however, operates on different standards than legal proceedings, and Jones's claims have already shifted perception regardless of evidentiary support. What began as Hollywood whispers has transformed into an all-out war, with both Lively and Baldoni fighting not just for their reputations, but their entire careers. The conflicting evidence and testimonies have created a labyrinth where the truth seems increasingly elusive. With each new revelation, we're left with more questions than answers. The leaked footage tells one story. The legal documents paint another. Social media comments hint at something else entirely. Behind every statement lies a carefully constructed narrative, making it nearly impossible to separate fact from fiction. Perhaps the most disturbing possibility? That neither side is entirely innocent or entirely guilty in this high-stakes celebrity showdown.